So between the events of First World War from 1914-1918 to the coming up of the Second World War in 1932, in the course of event, we notice over here that there has been rise of fascism and Nazism as two major, you can say that these were two major aggressive form of ideologies which were developed in part of Europe. You can write down these are the aggressive ideologies of nationalism. Right? What does it means? It means that there is total hatred for other land. What we will see over here, that ultimately fascism, this will be formed in Italy under Mussolini, and Nazism will be formed in Germany under the leadership of Hitler. Right? I've already discussed this was between your World War II and it was between your World War I phenomena. Now understand this. What does this word means? Apart from this, it is said that both these ideologies, they had ultimately denied the conception of both democracy and both socialism. What they had advocated is that autocratic military rule under a visionary leader, Mussolini and Hitler. Is it clear? Apart from this, we also see that Nazism will be an extreme form, more extreme form than fascism. Okay, there will be this conception of racial supremacy which you will see with Hitler, right? So what happened, basically it is said that these both ideologies had developed because of the appeasement policy also, not because. One of the factor over here is that the policy of appeasement followed by Britain and France that had led to emergence of such aggressive ideologies in this part of Europe. Another thing, in case of Germany, we will see that Treaty of Versailles, right? What Hitler is going to do, he is going to tore away the whole Treaty of Versailles and he will try to remilitarize the German lands again. Okay, let's very quickly see over here. This word fascism, it comes from a word fasco. Okay, it comes from the word fascico, which means bundle of sticks, right? And it is said that in Italy it was formed by the patriotist, fascist party under Mussolini. What were the factors which led to growth of fascism? So over here when I'm saying that it denied the conception of democracy, you can write that these ideologies, they believed in anti-democracy, because they will be objecting the ideology of the allied forces. First thing over here is that the cause for growth of fascism was the outcome of the Paris conditions or the Paris Peace Conference. The second thing which we notice over here is the economic crippling conditions at that time which were prevalent in Europe. The third thing which we notice over here is spread of socialism, right? Fourth thing, it is dissatisfaction with the government. Fifth thing we notice over here is the leadership under Benito Mussolini. So let's very quickly see over here what happened in this Paris Peace Congress. That Italian, they claimed over certain territories and their claim was rejected. Is it clear? And a Treaty of London 1915 was signed with Britain and France. It was rejected by the US President Woodrow Wilson, because Woodrow Wilson was wanting more stable international government at that time in the world. Now what happened? Italians, they were ultimately disappointed. They felt very deceived by the Allied forces. And what happened that such dissatisfaction added to the prevailing discontent which had already been caused by loss of men and property in the war. What happened? Italy, it took the outcomes of Paris Peace Conference as a treachery, and it decided to unite again, and it decided that it is going to avenge away this humiliation which has been forced upon Italy by the Allied powers. Is it clear? Second one, the economic conditions. It is said that the national debt of Italy, it had mounted enormously, which means it rose beyond the repaying capacity of the government. It is also said that this Treaty of Versailles, it had added 1.6 million people along with 9,000 square miles of territories to Italy. Now, if there are people who are coming, then there has to be enough food to be provided to these people, what they are going to eat. On the economic front, it is said that Italian currency, it has devalued by 70% over here. The Italians, they were all-time high, which was clubbed with heavy unemployment, and already these people were coming in the Italian lands. Thus, the economic condition of Italy, they were miserable, right? Which had further been aggravated by absence of any sound economic policy which existed during that time. Now, third thing which we notice over here is the rise of socialism in Italy. Now understand that we see over here that the rising inequality in Italian society, over here the people, they had been promised by the socialists to redistribute the national income along with the economic development of peasants and workers. This means that Italy initially, which was with the Allied powers, it was having this ideological shift to the communist or you can say socialism concept of society, right? And we had already discussed what was this concept of socialism. We had seen that here the state intervenes the market. Okay, there is no presence of free market, and this state redistributes the produce equally among the society. And what happened? This had widened when the Social Democrats, they managed to gain the seats in the Italian elections in 1919. Socialism in Italy, it took a radical form in form of fascism, which talked about there is going to be one pact, one leader. Okay, one pact is going to be there. It said that there is going to be one leader and there is going to be no opposition, and such that the fascist party workers, they themselves began to oppose this concept of socialism, right? They, after a certain point of time, that it is going to interfere in their authority. Now, dissatisfaction had grown with the constitutional monarchy, which we had observed was earlier under with Victor Emmanuel. We had seen in unification of Italy, there were three people. There was Garibaldi, who united the southern part of Italy. There was Mazzini, whose revolutionary ideas moved around the Italy. And the third one was Count de Cavour. So all these three people, they united Italy under Victor Emmanuel. We had seen this. Now, however, it is said that his government was proved incapable of handling the economic and the political crisis. It was leading to First World War. Is it clear? Now, gradually what happens? The Italian government, it got weaker, and the situation was utilized by Mussolini to fill the leadership vacuum through his powerful and charismatic personality. Is it clear? From here, it is based that